I never imagined a joke could shatter a life. It started innocently enough, a harmless prank during one of our friends' gatherings. I thought I was funny, lighthearted. I teased him about something trivial, something that made everyone around laugh. And he smiled awkwardly, fidgeted, laughed along, but his eyes didn't match the humor. They were distant, sharp, almost hurt. I brushed it off. Who could predict that laughter could plant the seed of ruin? The next day, I noticed small things. His phone would buzz, and he'd glance at it quickly, sometimes stepping away before I could see. He became quieter, more tense, and for a while, I blamed myself. Maybe I'd embarrassed him too much. Maybe the joke had cut deeper than I imagined, but I had no way of knowing just how deep it had cut. A week later, I found him sitting on the couch, staring at his hands. I wanted to reach out, ask what was wrong, but he shook his head, forcing a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "Just tired," he said, and I wanted to believe him. I wanted to think I was overthinking everything, but the uneasy feeling wouldn't go away. Then came the missed calls. He would disappear for hours, claiming errands or work, but his excuses grew sloppy, inconsistent. I noticed receipts that didn't add up, small traces of unfamiliar names on his phone. I wanted to confront him, to demand honesty, but a part of me hesitated. Was I imagining things? Was this just paranoia, the consequence of my own guilt for humiliating him? One night, I stayed up later than usual, pretending to sleep, trying to catch him in a lie, or maybe just to understand the man I thought I knew. His phone lit up on the kitchen counter. I shouldn't have, but I picked it up, and that's when the world tilted. Messages, not casual texts or work reminders. Messages filled with a tone I recognized instantly, the intimate familiarity, the laughter, the secrets that were no longer mine. I sank to the floor, heart pounding. My hands trembled as I scrolled through more evidence, each message a jagged knife twisting deeper into me. He wasn't just lying. He was living a hidden life, a parallel world where I didn't exist, or worse, where I existed only as a backdrop for someone else's presence. I couldn't think. My mind raced through every memory, every small gesture, every smile we had shared. Did any of it mean what I thought it did? Was it all a lie? Even our laughter, the sound I had once treasured, now fell hollow, echoing with betrayal. The confrontation was inevitable. I remember the way he looked at me, that same distant stare, when I finally asked him, no, demanded the truth. Why? I whispered, voice cracking. Why me? Why us? He faltered. I saw the guilt, the shame, but also the defense mechanism kicking in. It wasn't about you, he said, and I wanted to scream. It was the mistake. I didn't know how to stop. I didn't want to hurt you, but it already hurt me in ways that couldn't be undone. The juxtaposition of his remorse and my devastation left me gasping for air, drowning in disbelief and sorrow. I left that night. I walked without purpose, clutching the remnants of my broken trust, feeling the weight of laughter that had turned into mockery, of intimacy turned into secrecy. Every familiar place, every shared memory, became a trap of painful recollection. I couldn't escape the echo of my own foolishness, the joke that had humiliated him, that had somehow catalyzed the unraveling of everything I thought was solid and real. Days turned into weeks. I replayed our conversations, our silences, and realized that betrayal isn't always loud or violent. Sometimes it's quiet, creeping into the spaces you thought were safe, taking root in small, unnoticed cracks. And I realized I had given those cracks room to grow. Not because of him, but because of my own thoughtlessness, my own inability to see beyond a moment's amusement. Closure didn't come with anger or confrontation. It came with understanding, painful and humbling. I chose to leave, not out of spite, but to reclaim myself. I needed to find dignity in the aftermath, to remind myself that love isn't measured by laughter at someone else's expense, and trust is sacred, not disposable. I still remember the last time I saw him. His eyes pleaded, but I had no tears left to give. I walked away quietly, carrying with me the lessons that will never fade, that love demands respect, that a single careless act can unravel years, and that the hardest part of betrayal is not discovering the truth. It's learning to live with it and still stand tall. Even now, the memory haunts me, but it also strengthens me. I laugh less freely, but more honestly. I trust more carefully, but I trust fully when I do. And I never forget that the line between humor and harm is thinner than we imagine, and crossing it, even as a joke, can cost everything.